Hello. Hello, hello. Wow, a little frog in my throat there. How's this volume? I need to turn it down just a bit for myself over here. Something like that. Last time I noticed I couldn't hear the music at all, so hopefully it's better this time. What's up, guys? Hope most of you came from the $2 live stream. Lots of fun. That was a particularly good one. I was just thinking right before this, I don't know if you guys have seen this video where there's like a live streamer and someone says that someone calls him out for having a dent on his head for having the headphones on his head too long. And like right before this, I was using the bathroom. I looked in the mirror and like my hair is doing like a dent because of these headphones. I need to get some little earbuds and use those instead or something. What's up, guys? How's everyone doing? Hopefully this is a better time to stream than the dead of night for me. Sorry, Europeans. But last time it was the East Coast people who got screwed over, so everyone gets some. So what's going on? Oh, we haven't pressed play yet. I see. So this is what we built, this episode that got released a little while ago, a couple hours ago. This was a nightmare. This took me like 3 weeks. Oh my god. Took me so long to make, especially with having to delete everything halfway through, remaking it. This is also my new favorite view in the city, right here. It's so cool. Someone in the comments, no, on Discord, asked me about these signs. These are the new Mars signs. If you remember, like 2 episodes ago, I was saying to submit me your PNG files and I'll make them into signs. So that's what these three big things are here. It says Walk Industries. It's so tight. This one, got to make this exact scene at some point on the left here. So what are we going to work on today? I had a couple ideas. I had a particular idea. It's just like right in the middle of a bunch of spoilers though, so we got to be real careful about accidentally zooming out just a bit too far. Wall-E vibe, yeah, I love that movie. I really didn't like it the first time I saw it, but the more times I watched it and the longer I sat with it, that movie is amazing. The movie's really, really amazing. Got some floating crates. It's the price of doing business here in City Skylines. Just get weird traffic AI. Should you watch the previous episode before this stream? You don't have to. I'm not going to work anything around there, but I did just spoil it at the beginning, so sorry about that. Just be careful not to see anything. Okay. So we got this big empty area. Thanks for subscribing, PJ. And we got this area. So you remember this from 2 episodes ago, this whole thing. So, wow, this cable car's doing some weird end of the line stuff here. I was thinking we could work on this area because it's just sort of needed. It could be fun because I think there needs to be a couple cable cars that need to go in here. These streets obviously need to get done. How many FPS do I get? I get pretty good FPS. Get like 20, 30 in that range probably. I downloaded dynamic resolution mod. I was just testing it like a couple weeks ago. You saw like a clip of it in that episode 8. And that was telling me my frame rate briefly. I don't have any other mods that do tell me what my frame rate is. I don't have the Steam overlay or anything. And that said I was getting like 40 something FPS, but I think that's because I was using the speed slider. So it was like not quite correct, but I mean, look at that. This is pretty good FPS, I think. Could be worse, could be better, but all things considered, pretty good. Okay, so first things first, we should just get everything going into here that needs to go in here. So this cable car needs to go in here. And we also need to get a cable car stop. Let's turn it to daytime. It's just a little bit easier to see. Something like that. I do have 64 gigs of RAM, but Cities doesn't always need it. The thing is, I oftentimes edit the episodes with the game open, and that uses a lot of RAM. That uses almost all 64 gigs of RAM. What are we looking for? We are looking for the cable car stop, one of the ugliest assets known to man. Well, before that, let's get a road down so that we can easily place things. Bum, 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 bum. Oop, I think I snapped to something. There's so many little terraforming things. It's always snapping to stuff. You can definitely play a modded city. Sorry, I'm just reading the chat with 32 gigs. It's not impossible. Pretty sure $2 has 32 gigs. Shouldn't be too bad. You just can't really do other stuff while you have cities open is the main thing. That's when 64 comes in handy. So we got this guy. I just hate this thing. It's so ugly. It has these hedges and these lights coming out the front. The other one's almost just as bad because it has, even though there's no hedges, it has parking spaces, which I don't put parking spaces down in this city at all. And when there is a building that has a parking space, all these crates like fly like into the building to like, oh my god, I hate the parking AI. Okay, so, right, something like that. This is going to be a hidden building. And then we're going to do another one, because because I'm thinking that there needs to be a line that actually comes down this road that we're dealing with now. So this will probably go something like maybe this way. How's this gonna work? Because this needs to connect to a road, right? See that little arrow down there? So which road is it going to connect to? Can we do it here and have it connect to that road? Do we do it here and make a road somewhere? Like where that arrow is? You know, actually, if it's back here far enough, I think there's a road, like this road here on the left, right here, goes straight into the building. And I think would actually be pretty close to where the arrow is right there. So maybe let's do it like here. And then let's just make sure that that road in there is the right kind of road. What music do I use? Well, this song right now is made by Sister Parrish, who is on the Discord server, and she's like a musician, and she made a song specifically for Mars, so that's what this one is. But most of the other music is from a website called Musicvine, and I am legally obliged to list all of the songs and the links to the songs in the description of every single one of the videos, so it should be pretty easy to figure out exactly what songs are what. Okay, so let's make sure that we got some road connections inside there for that one building. It needs to be the lower, what is this, the ground version of the road. It's always so hard to do. It must be this right here, that one. Boom. Okay, hopefully that's all we need to do. Hopefully. Am I gonna make a shopping district for the upper levels? Yes, definitely. People need to shop. People in the upper levels need to buy things. Everyone needs to buy things. That's the whole point of this series. What does this say? Why is this not connecting? Invalid shape. Interesting. Oh, it works that way. Weird. And then we're also gonna go from, we should get the snapping on, that's why. This is so hard to click. There we go. Not so bad. And this is gonna pop out over here somewhere. Invalid shape, come on. Right there. We'll deal with that another time. And then let's do the same thing for this other guy. So this one is gonna go right through the middle of that street. You have the exact same GPU as me. Yeah, this game doesn't really require a whole lot of GPU unless you're using the dynamic resolution mod. But I do have problems with my GPU. It's definitely the oldest part of my computer. And so it hiccups sometimes and crashes my computer. Kind of annoying. Thanks for subscribing, Pulus Tidy. Thank you. Some kind of sports are needed. Yeah, I agree. But there's some slightly more essential things that the colony needs before sports. Still missing quite a few life support systems. We need to get some terraforming networks going a little bit better here. Are any of these terraforming networks? Yes, this guy is right there. Boom, gone. Okay, so that's basically what needs to go in and out of this like area here. But what is this no connected thing? What are we looking at that's not connected? Oh, it's this. Okay, let's just make sure that this will work. If I replace this road, yes. See, pops away. Great. But I actually do need that back because I can't see what I'm doing otherwise. So we'll just remember that that works. Am I going to build a university, Mars University? You guys ever seen Futurama? That would be funny. But Mars University does not look like it would fit in this Mars universe. This that Mars University looks like things are going relatively fine on Mars. The Robo Frat. You guys remember that? It's a funny one. Bender joins a frat. Okay, so let's get some conveyor belts going in here. Conveyor. So we need this guy. And we need the flat piece. The actual animating one. Oh. You always got to make sure time is running, like we're not paused when we're doing this. Also, I have no idea which direction these these conveyor belts are supposed to go in, you know. So, somewhere like right in the middle of the road. I'm going to be trying to be better about like clicking really loud on the keyboard, because I don't have one of those fancy mics, you know, that like hang onto your table and they don't make any, you know, they dampen all the noise, like things on your table and you like banging your hands against the table and whatnot. My mic is just like sitting here right on the table, right next to my keyboard, so I believe the sound kind of goes from one to the other pretty easily. So sorry about that. This is not 100% straight. Let's see if we can't do anything about that. Oh, there's so much stuff from the level above. Oops. You know, like up here. It's like so hard to select things. Well, you know what? It's good enough. We can move the road to be in line with this, or just make one of these just a little bit crooked. Doesn't need to be 100% perfect. I'm not one of those, you know, try not to be like super OCD about things, or else then I really end up spending way too much time. But some things, you know, it's good to be a little particular. Okay, so there's the lower conveyor belt. Oops. This some node over here seems to be too high, or else that should be that prop that I just put down shouldn't be like clipping through the road like that, you know? Nope, not like that at all. Something like that, I think. What about a system for oxygen? I already built that. I built that in episode 6. That's an awesome build. It's one of my favorite builds. My thing over here, I think, is glitched out. It says there's only 30 people watching, but I feel like that's not the case. Wonder what's going on with that. Wonder if it says anywhere else. Probably not. So same thing up for the top here, right? I just need to be able to like see where these roads are going to go and actually have them function with the conveyor belt invisible roads and not these like highway off-ramp roads, you know? What about food? Yes, we obviously need food at some point. That's a must. Uh, 118, 116, somewhere in there. Boys. Okay. So that seems like we're on to a good start here. Let's put this back to the regular conveyor belts with sidewalks. This one up here doesn't need a sidewalk because nothing's connecting to it. Cool. Cool. Oh, except for I put down the wrong one down here. This with sidewalk needs to be the lower version, the ground version. Or else nothing's gonna work. How's everyone's Saturday, Sunday morning going? Depending on where you are. It's kind of extremely nice outside here. It's like, wish I could be, you know, going to the beach or whatever, but still in quarantine type, lockdown type, coronavirus scenarios. So that's not fun. Some men in black around. That's funny. That's really funny. Where can you have the link to the holographic cubes? These are hard to find. Sandcastle. €2. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I feel like I should probably start doing what $2 does and renaming things after people who donate. I think that'd be a nice thing to do. Why don't we do that? Sandcastle. You can have this at Sandcastle 112. This is, if you didn't realize, it's sorry, I need to be so careful. You know what this is though. This is the really big building, so you have one of the 4 pieces. Yes, Taser is back. He has 2 episodes out. Very exciting stuff. Brunswald was one of my favorite series. I'm sad it's over, but it's also really nice because usually, you know, YouTube series don't have like a definitive end a lot of times. But that one really was like, okay, this is all I wanted to build and it's been built. So that's some real dedication, if you ask me. Okay, let's move this guy. Well, actually, let's not move him in quite yet because we need to place some buildings to see where it's going to go exactly. So I think that's the next step in the process here. Just placing some buildings. What buildings do we want to see here? I feel like it should just kind of like fill up this space pretty well. Obviously, we need a lot of residential, as the game tells me. I love the new Rico. It is so good. I don't know if you guys use Rico or Plop the Grobles, or which you use, but Rico now is Plop the Grobles. All these things, all these buildings up here are vanilla buildings that I didn't make settings for. It works now. It's like the same functionality, but you can, you know, obviously do your own specific settings for each building. It's awesome. It's so good. So, you know, I'm thinking something kind of like that almost. This building would be cool if I didn't just use it like right to the left here. I should build a maintenance hangar building for the boxes. Yes, I need to. Why would there be boxes without something like that? But I haven't. Some of the things, you know, like that obviously the city like needs. I have sort of planned out where I'm thinking that they're gonna go. But that one I really don't know where I'm gonna put it. If someone had a really cool idea, it's just gonna make it even more complicated. But it is a really cool idea of like digging the ground like way down and having like a 3rd level on down below that you can just kind of like see little bits to, and having like that maybe be where the boxes are maintained or whatever. So do we want to use these buildings? Are these going to be too big, or are we going to use these buildings? I think let's go with these really plain looking ones. I think this kind of fits, to be honest. So I'm thinking something like this is just going to go straight across. You found a cool drone model that spawns as a pedestrian. Yes, those are made by Rust Bucket, who I know him. He was hitting me up about those assets before they were released. He took the screenshots for them. In Mars, because he's one of my patrons. So he has the safe game. Those are so good. I actually, whoa. I actually just subscribed to them. I haven't looked yet. Yeah, look at this. This is great. I forgot. This was the last thing that I did last night before I went to bed. I haven't opened the game up until now. But yeah, there's new people walking around here. I didn't turn on, I forgot to turn on the thing that gets rid of all the vanilla guys. So now we have like vanilla people and the new people walking around. But yeah, look at this. This is great. This is so good. A real variety of people. I didn't get the drones. I just got the pack of 17 that he released of just the citizens, because drones are cool. I haven't given enough thought yet if that's going to be part of the aesthetic here, is having little drones flying around. But these people are great. Like, here's like a medical lady. These are all great. Who's this guy? Oh, he's like a hoverboard man. Very cool. This area obviously looks way better at night, if you ask me. Well, let's build at night. It's always fun to build at night, right? Everything looks cooler. Okay, so how are we gonna do this? The options are either tiling this, like going like doing a duplicate and raising that up, you know, something like that. Except for, you know, move it back or whatever, like that. Or we can PO it. I think we should do it this way though. Right? PO would be cool. PO would be, you can get things done easier. What if water doesn't exist on Mars? I'm pretty sure it's proven, as far as I know. As far as I can tell, as far as I've read. The thing about it is, it would be cool to like, no. We should do some PO here. This would be better with PO. Definitely would. And then we'll put some of the block services inside, so it still is a functioning building. Because this should like, man. My internet just had a hiccup again. I really hope the stream's still going. It's back though. It's one of the scariest things. Oh, yep, it's back. Music did stop though. I think it's coming back. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, so we do some different heights. Make sure to line these different, so that this has like room, the cable car has room. But then we should move this into here so that this conveyor belt on the left has a little bit of room. Something like that. And the reason this is good with PO is because obviously it doesn't mess up the terrain down here, you know? Yes, everyone's streaming today. It's like one of those days. I remember it was like one of the first days of quarantine when everyone had a stream. I think like Prez and Skib and $2 all streamed on the same day or something. So we gotta go to customization, because this little box needs to get out of here. Out. See, much better. Now there's enough room. Okay, and now we know where this thing can go. So I'm thinking it's like a little bit indented here, something like this, you know? Place some more buildings around that. Let's make sure these buildings are all the same color, right? Weird that it's not. So we'll do another one that's like at the back of this thing, right? Something like that. Line up these windows properly so it all looks like one big building. The cable cars are going to clip through the building. They might clip through this part right here. Hold on, let's fix that. I think they'll be fine though. Oh, they're going to clip through this main building? Yes, they are, but we won't see them because we're going to block all this off. It's all going to be gone. So let's use my favorite trick here. This black door. Right. Da, 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 da. Place it down with PO so it's easier to place. Guys, there's some cool stuff in the next few episodes. I'm really excited to have those come out. This one this week was like 30 minutes long, and then the next one's like 25, and the one after that's, I think, the longest episode ever. Legatus Marcus, thanks for subscribing. So let's go like this, you know. So this will be the one that will do the entrance for the cable car, kind of back further. Do we want to see this this support here? Or do we want to not see it? I think we should see it. Maybe go like this so you can, you know, it's not poking out over there. Yeah, something like that. Loosed. Thank you for becoming a patron, man. Some pretty nice patrons only stuff up right now. Just posted episode 10. There's like 5 or 6 live streams that are only available there. I'm gonna do some more of those. They're really fun. So this will be boom. Boom. Up, autosave. Give it like 15 seconds. I got rid of the little button at the top right. The like main menu button, which has the autosave text like inside of it. And so there's a little fly flying around my face. So it doesn't like show me when it's autosaving anymore, which I'm fine with, but I just, now I know it's like just gonna not copy, that's what I'm clicking. It's gonna pop up, freeze up the game all the time, which is better than losing a bunch of work, if you ask me. So sorry for the FPS for that 5 seconds there. Sorry. So those cable cars will go in there. Am I going to look at Cyberpunk 77? Listen, I'm not looking at really anything for inspiration specifically. Like, the fun part about this city is it can be anything I want it to, so that's kind of why it's like fun to make, is because I'm not usually looking for inspiration from things. So I'm excited for that game. I think it's going to be a really, really sick game. We got a little bit of the same stupid box sticking up the top. The thing about it, though, is I'm not really, hate to say it, I'm not super into these first-person games. I know some people are like, I'll go crazy for them, but it's not really my thing. I like my city-building games, you know? Roller Coaster Tycoon. It'd be cool to have some windows on this side of the building, right? Like, there's really no windows there. Like, this should have like a bunch of different levels or something. It should be a little bit more complicated than what it's looking like right now. It's more annoying when the thing crashes and you lost a lot of work. Yes, definitely. Luckily, my cities doesn't crash very often. Only times it crashes is when my graphics card hiccups. Which is very annoying, but thankfully I autosave. So just constantly getting rid of this stupid door. And we'll do another one of these. Something like 90 degrees so we can get some windows on this side, you know? Something like that. And then we'll do another one like higher up. Ideally try and line them up with each other. Yeah, too high. That's the right height. Like that. Based on episode 10, a hiking trail from the new area up through the rocks to the dome perimeter. Yes, I like that idea. I've been thinking of what to do with that space for a while. Where's somewhere I want to show you, but I have to just be so careful. Sorry, we're gonna go through this building. I'm gonna show you what he's talking about. Sorry, I didn't read your name. I just read the message. Sorry. This is really annoying. We're gonna avoid this. Okay, avoid that. Okay, so you guys remember this area? Like, look how much room is up here. Like, what am I gonna do with all this, right? So I've had some thoughts. A couple options: residential, potentially some parks and things. I updated the dome asset this week so that it wouldn't do that. The problem is it's just such a big asset that it, no matter what you do with culling, it still like pops in and out like that, which is really annoying. I really thought I had fixed it. Man, that was a roundabout way of getting over there. Oh my goodness. So roundabout. We should go back to nighttime though, right? Everything's better at night. So I'm thinking this needs to be like really tiered, you know? Like just all these little, like none of these should like share a surface or whatever. Robert Dillon, $1 through Patreon. Wait, I should be giving all of you guys little spot in the city. Wonder where I have that notification saved. Give me 1 second. Patreon. Haven't checked that in a little while. It's quite a few notifications. What's this building here? At Loost. And next to him. Uh-oh. Oh, wow, that's a fail. We're gonna go on a break while I reload the game. Okay, we're back. Turn this down just a little bit. How's that? Wasn't so bad, right? Look, we barely lost anything. Lost a couple things. Okay. Back from where we were. This is at Zeus. Wait. Zeus, right? Loosed. I'm so sorry. Loosed. Man. Thank God for autosave. Am I right? Could have been terrible. At Robert Dylan. Thanks, guys, for becoming patrons. Oh, we're looking at this in the wrong LUT. What is this? This is terrible. Hold on. This needs to be Mars. And we need to turn this to not being day-night cycle. If anyone knows how to, like, make it so that auto is paused, it'd be so nice, because, like, I have a preset, this Kobayashi Island preset. Should have that. I spent so long trying to figure out how to do that, it never worked, so. Annoying. Okay. So, what do we lose? We lost one thing over here and a couple buildings. Really not bad. Could be a lot worse. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Okay. Let's start with this prop. Oop. My phone's on loud over here. Sorry. Super loud. Okay, and then next thing we need is this door. Don't you just love redoing things? It's really not so bad, actually. It does. Someone said it in the chat while I was gone. It really always turns out better the second time you do things. Every time. It sucks. It's really annoying. You don't want to have to do it, but it's worth it. Let's get things moving again. Okay. So, one of these buildings, right? This is how we had it before, something like that, right? Something. Like this, maybe? No, it was more close. But we don't have to pay attention to how it was done last time. It's fine. It's fine. Nothing poking through. Cool. Get another one. Boom, boom. That was just a Command V there. Another paste. I've been thinking, I don't know if this would be cool or like if people would appreciate it or care, but what do you guys think of, like, I don't even know how to do it, but isn't there some like sort of program where, like, maybe in the corner at the top or something, like pretty small, it says like all the keys that I'm pressing, like page up, you know, for what I'm doing right now, or you know, the arrow keys or whatever, so you guys know what I'm pressing. Like, I don't know if that would be useful or cool, but I was just having that thought the other day. Is it a good idea? Is it not a good idea? Should I look into it? Does anyone even know how to do that? Because I don't. There must be some program. So this was kind of like more back, right? We had it like this, something like that. Do we want it maybe? Yeah, that's kind of cool. We should really be getting these to all be like a slightly different heights and things, so that's a little bit multi-tiered. Depends on if I'm using Streamlabs. I am. I didn't know they had that in Streamlabs. I am using Streamlabs. That's why the chat's on the left. It would be very informative. Oops, not edit. Also, why is that? No, I'm not even clicking on the right thing here. That's the right thing. There's an extension for it in Streamlabs. Okay, I'll look next time. Because I think that would be cool. I think it would be helpful. I think, you know, sometimes, especially when I was like sort of first learning how to play this game, I think that would have been really cool if I had been able to watch some videos like that. Okay, so this is going right into the side of the building, right? So what are we going to do about this? Like, we could just go like that, you know, and then have it some entrances, but I feel like that's not going to look right. Like, this building might need to be scrunched or moved out. I think it needs to be moved out. For some reason, I can tolerate Kerbal at 30 FPS, but not cities. 30 FPS is good. That's better than movies. Movies are only 24. 30 FPS is great. Well, what's the back of this building? Oh, I've never even seen this. Let's do some of those. Alex Parker. Thanks for becoming a patron, man. Here. Have this building. At Alex Parker. I hope you enjoy those new episodes. That episode 10 is hot off the press. Okay. So we need to work on covering up these stupid, terrible hedges. Just the worst. So, wonder what's more important, to line it up to this thing on the right or the one on the left? Probably the one on the right. Right? Maybe it needs to be moved just a bit forward, like that, line up there. Maybe just a bit up, line up with the top. Yeah, perfect, okay. And then we'll do an, oh man, these hedges are so big. Come back to that maybe. It seems like a nightmare project. Do all my old patrons get buildings as well? Steger, you get a massive building. Come on, man. You're getting, I'm sorry, I can't zoom out super far, but you're getting this really big building that I just placed down. Because I'm sick of seeing 1,000 museum. So many people live here. I'm always clicking on people they're coming from or going to 1,000 museum. But now it's Steger's place. So many spoilers everywhere I go. Yeah, FPS is great in Mars. It really is. Everyone's always curious. Gotta say, things could be way worse. How am I gonna do this though is the question. Like, I kind of want it indented, like similar to that. And this obviously we still need to fix because that doesn't look quite right. Like, okay, wait. I'm gonna put this back over here with this other one that I did the exact same thing and then decided I wasn't ready to do it. Okay, so this building should be lower. This building should be like this so that the thing can go over that building. Oh, Lumois, yes. Lumois gets one too. But Lumois, it's just getting harder and harder to avoid spoilers. Lumois, how about this really, really tall one here? Wait, if I zoom out, yeah, I can zoom out here. This one right here. At Lumois. Man. So many things to avoid. So many things that even my patrons haven't seen. Okay. Oops, I did the wrong thing. Copy. Paste. No. You always gotta click no. Let's use the back side of this building. A little variety. Press H, you know. Holds it to the same height. Is this gonna be okay? It's not poking through. No, we're good. Okay. Let's get rid of these stupid little roof things again. Because they're awful and I hate them. They're tacky and I hate them. You know what I mean? So we watch School of Rock. Everyone's seen that movie? Great movie. Like that. This guy just barely fits. Does anyone use this new cable car mod? I was looking at it yesterday. Seems pretty cool, but I can't tell if you need to make the assets using the mod, or like if I'm too late, you know, or if it would work still for me to use it. Ever thought about Minecraft? No, I've never thought about Minecraft. Not once. I'm sorry. I'm really happy with cities. I you know, a couple other games that I play like just for fun, but I need to be getting into new games. This looks weird how it's like not lined up, right? Like these two right here. It's a little weird. Like, can I get it lined up without it going through the conveyor belts? No. I think we're just gonna have to keep it the same height, like that. Perhaps the other building slightly lower to stop Z fighting. I don't know what Z fighting means, but hopefully I just did that. I don't know. I don't steer. I don't really know what you mean. Oh, that's not Steger. That's Bit Bytes. You guys' names were right next to each other. This building should just make it a hair wider so that it actually goes to the edge there. You know? Line it back up this way. Now it reaches all the way. And then, you know, to be honest, I think these two buildings should be lower so that we can do like another middle tier somewhere. So something like this, and then something like this. And then now we have room for another middle tier here. Z clipping, Z fighting is the effect of flickering textures. Ah, yes. I hate that. Everyone hates that. How can you not hate that? Zachariah Cloutier. Hopefully I said that right. It's an interesting name. Thank you for becoming a patron. Let's give you a spot. This place right here. I don't know what's going on, but my thing isn't keeping up to date with who's becoming a patron and who's not. It's weird. Sometimes things don't work as they're intended. At Zachariah Cloutier. Nice view of the military complex over here. Little military outpost. You have good access to some ramen from your spot. Actually, all of you guys do, except for Lumois. You're really far from here. Okay, back to this. So we need another one that's like a little bit of an angle here, right? This is looking kind of cool. I think we need even more little bits, you know, and blocks and shapes sticking out of it. Z fighting is one of the most annoying things to deal with, but it looks incredible when you manage to fix it. The best way to fix it is using procedural objects and using the generate tool, which comes with procedural objects, obviously. This building is going to be too big. What am I going to do about this? And you can just lower things like just like a hair with that, and it's like not noticeable, but it fixes the Z fighting. So what are we going to do about this? Because this can't fit, you know what I'm saying? Like it's going to poke out into this conveyor belt if I put this full building here. So like, I wonder if we can, no, I don't think we can, maybe we can. Okay, so what I'm thinking, if we just grab like this, and do some kooky things with it, and then we move, oh, that was weird, move to You know what I'm saying? Now it should fit and not poke out the other side. Yes, perfect. See that? That is PO. Hello, Zev Wolf. I knew someone named Zev at one point in my life. Very interesting name. It's Israeli, Hebrew. These buildings aren't lined up, though, is the thing. Where is this guy? This guy. He needs to be higher up so that his lines line up like that. Same with this one. She needs to be higher. Some of the buildings are he's, some of them are she's. Like that. Right? So now, let's grab that guy. We already have him grabbed. And this one. I haven't been using Move It at all. Goes to show. So this one needs to be a little lower, probably. Well, a lot lower. Something like that. Zev means wolf. Yes, I vaguely remember that kid saying that when I was with his friends in like middle school or whatever. Copy. Paste. Hold H. Spin it one time. Cool. Just like that, it's an abyss. These are really sticking out from the building though. I think this might be a good place to use these siding pieces. These guys, you know? Bum 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 bum. Spin it around 1,000 times. Something like that, you know? Maybe. We can get a roof piece on there too. Let's copy this. Copy. Paste. Actually, this should just go like that. Something, something like that, I think. What do people think of the trams? What trams are you talking about? I don't think there's any trams in the city, as far as I know. So let's get another one of these buildings. Let's just keep doing this with the buildings, right? Copy, paste. And I'm thinking like this, you know? Boom. That was easy. No, higher up, actually. Oops. Song's a little intense, but we got things sticking out the top. But maybe let's just use the little vertices, get rid of that. Boom, there we go. I should do some brutalist buildings. I do some brutalist buildings. You'll see them in a few episodes, maybe. How are we looking here? It's weird that there's no windows right here. That's one thing. I think the left side is cooler than the right side. That's something else, I think. I really like this right here, where these guys are like offset and at like just one height difference. So maybe we should try and do that in a couple other places. Like what if this one was just like a little bit higher, like that, you know? I feel like that's even cooler. Maybe this one too could go down one, like that. Yeah, see, even that's interesting. Yeah, more of that kind of stuff, I think. Passenger crates should be a horror movie. That's funny. Listen, the passenger crates in the city, yes, 2 out of 3 of these that I just clicked on are passenger crates, but the goal is to not be paying attention to these, or ideally that the game doesn't, hey look, it's going to Steeker. I told you it always goes to that building. And this one resides at Steeger, and he's a coordinator at Sandcastle. That's funny. Ideally, we're not using the passenger crates, and it's just sort of a backup. I don't want to be thinking that people are riding around in those. I think that's weird. But it's kind of something for the game mechanics. Like, you can't really not have a passenger car in this game. You have to. Or else really weird stuff starts happening. So what are we going to do about this terrible wall right here with nothing on it? Who's got any ideas? We can either PO a building and just get the exact little tiny piece that we need to go there. We can put a billboard on it. It's really like front and center, isn't it? What happens if we try and like just move some of these buildings just around a little bit? Like, what if we did that? Is that any cooler, any better? No, to be honest, no. Graffiti, could be graffiti. I just would like it if it was not a wall though. Need some neon there. Well, my neon signs are a little bit too small and I can't PO them or else they don't glow. Walk Industries billboard. This is looking pretty cool though, to be honest. I like it. I like it so far. We gotta make this look less weird right here. This seems out of place for me. Keep it plain. Billboard. Feels like we're about to autosave here. Got real choppy there for a second. We might have had an autosave. I didn't even know. Well, you know what? Let's just save anyways. Let's just save no matter what. Because that's always a good thing to do. Sorry for the mini break here, but you know, you saw what happens. Let's try POing a building. Let's try it. So something like where we take all of these, move them up, almost all of them. Something like that, right? Get rid of this guy practically. Be buried way inside. And then I think that's still a little wide, right? And it should only be 4 little squares thick. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we just need to get rid of the last 2 here. Last 2 little chunks of the building. So that, oops, that. So that should fit, I think. Yeah, look at that. Perfect. That's what I wanted all along. But this maybe should stick out, honestly. Like, that'd be kind of cool. It does look like I didn't... Yeah, see, part of the building is still sticking out back there. So we gotta move some of these backside pieces. Got all of these. Should just go further back. Like that. Up. Except for we just did some weird stuff to the corner here. I think that might be inevitable. Might be inevitable. Yeah, that's bad. Okay, so we're gonna have to take this building and move him. Cover that up. It's a little puzzle. That's why it's fun, you know. I feel like an old man doing crosswords, Sudoku or whatever. It's like you place the 5 down in one place and then the 5 in the other box doesn't work or whatever. That's how it feels placing these buildings. On the side of this building too, over here. Okay, so we need to copy another one of these. Something like that, you know? Hey, look, that almost lines up with those windows. Some sort of weird curved window. Except for I just lost that whole 4th little rung there. Move this up just a bit there. Oh, here's our autosave. Give it 10 seconds. This song has a really weird, it's a great song. I use it all the time, as you probably know. But it has a very strange, like vocal version of the song that I don't use. But I always like accidentally click on it and listen to it, and there's like a lady singing like a bunch of lyrics. It's really weird because I'm so used to this version, you know. Okay, this is looking pretty cool. Our right side is a little neglected. We need to cover up back in here. Am I going to do some sort of red light district this build? This build right now? No, that is definitely not happening. We're just placing some buildings in this build at the moment. I did place down quite a few purple, pink lights recently. Pretty cool, I think. How do we get this guy and that guy to line up? Just want everything to line up, you know? Something like that, maybe. It got real bright in there all of a sudden. I wonder why that is. Almost because of all these lights that are lighting up this square. Oh yeah, someone asked me about that square. If you're still here, it's from some sort of building that I have. It's not an actual its own prop. It's part of this isn't going to be easy to show because I can't zoom out to show you the top of the building, but one of these buildings, if you go to the additive shader mod, there's like a building that's like, this is the first building that used additive shader, and it like links it. If you subscribe to that building, that prop comes with the building. Hopefully that's easy enough to find. Probably not, but okay. Need one of these up here. Something like that. Something like that. There. And then this needs to go up here. Perfect. So there's all the things that need to come out of this building. I don't know why my nose is so itchy today. There's a lot of allergies in the air. So yeah, we just need to do more of these, right? On this side. Maybe a diagonal one. But we should get rid of this little top piece, right? This guy. Maybe this guy too. Can only have so many doors sticking out. It's a classic Mars song. This one, not so much. This one I really rarely use. The hedges are still there. Yeah, I know. We'll have to cover that up with something still. I feel like this should like stick out from the building maybe. Like make sort of like a courtyard or something. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. $2.20. What's up, man? How's it going? Just finished the latest episode. Boy, you know you're a patron, right? You can just watch 2 more. This needs to be the other side. Something like that. Something like this. Maybe. It's so hard to line up these lines. Because you know, I'm trying to like get the windows, something like, but then the right side's messed up if I do it perfectly on the left. I think that's good enough. It's a little bit of what is it, Z snitching, whatever. Oh, this building's poking through, isn't it? Need to grab these and move them over. Perfect. Man, $2. That stream today was great. I love these streams when you get like a bunch done. Sorry I had you muted for a second. And then that was right when you were trying to talk to me. I was like, what was I doing at that exact moment? I think I was trying to get episode 10 out on Patreon, and I had to listen to it, and so I put you on mute for like 10 minutes. And of course, it was those 10 minutes. I just came back to like, City Walk, like, are you there? Like, wait. What are we gonna do here? What are we gonna do? Yes, the Z snitches on the X and the Y. That's funny. I like that. What am I gonna do here? I love all this $2. I love all this talk about the blimps. And it's gonna be pretty good if I know anything. Some cool blimps. Okay, so I don't know how I'm gonna do this properly. Maybe this needs to be like some sort of patio or something. Let's try that. Let's try that. Because I think we've done a good job placing down buildings in cool places, but like maybe this needs to be some sort of like outdoor, not outdoor because nothing's outdoor, but what's the word, like a little like rec area, like with some tables and chairs. I'm imagining this is what we're building right now is some sort of like office, right? Because it's part of the like main building in the city. Like I'm imagining there's some like people who have to do administrative work for the lower parts of the city who work here. And so like maybe it's a place where they, you know, take their lunch break or whatever. Or are there no breaks on Mars? I feel like there's no breaks. No one gets a break here. No one wanted blimps in Marble Mountain? I don't believe that. Blimps are so fun. I did see you place down a Sunset Harbor helicopter though in Marble Mountain. That's fun. I wish I could be using those, but the stops are so finicky. Oh yeah, the jail courtyard. This should be a jail. That's a cool idea. If only these windows are like a little bit smaller. Wow, a jail. I really like that idea. I feel like this should be the jail, to be honest. Just changed my whole plan. Okay, well, it doesn't really change what I'm doing at this exact second, but maybe I need to put some barbed wire or some sort of thing over all these windows. Oh, that sounds so tedious. Do I think I'll create some areas outside of the dome? $2 asks. Yes, I will. I've been very worried about my prop limit, but I'm starting to get a little bit less worried because like doing a lot more stuff with PO, which obviously doesn't count towards the prop limit. There are many plans for things outside the dome, but my thought was I just need to finish inside the dome, and then I can start figuring out what's going to go out there. But the very, very least, solar farms, spaceport, maybe some sort of mining. And then there's been quite a few things suggested as well. Quite a few. So let's use the surface network here so that it's easier to place props. Because like I would normally just go with the ploppable surfaces, but these are so nice because you can prop snap to them. Hopefully it doesn't get interfered with this surface network that's directly above it. Probably will. Okay, we need a shorter one. Like that. Space railgun, yeah, that has been talked about on the Discord. There was some heated engineering talk about the space railgun or something. I don't even know what that means. I think it's like launching spaceships with a railgun. I don't know. It sounds pretty cool. Okay. Now let's take a little let's take a little pause here for just a moment. If this is going to be a jail, which I do really like that idea, what do we have to do? Because to be honest, other than the size of the windows, which doesn't seem super realistic for a jail, this would be a pretty cool jail. Like, I wonder, it'd be so annoying, but I wonder if there's like a cool way to like cover up these windows with like a little bit of fencing or like bars, you know? Like, what do we have, I wonder? Like in the past, I've used this thing. Something, I could turn this to PO, get rid of those posts on the left and the right, and just have the bars, you know? That's one option. There's this really nice one that I'm not going to use. A lot of these are terrain conforming, so I can't use them for what I want to. This might be a minuscule. I think we're going to go with this guy. Here. Does it make sense that the passenger cables go in and out of the jail? Well, yes, because this is much more than just a jail. This building is huge. Absolutely huge. There's a lot of things that go on in this building. This is the administration building for the whole place. So I would imagine that if this is a jail, there's no way to get from, you know, in your cell or whatever to these cable cars and conveyor belts and things. Would a jail be attached to the main building? I think the answer to that is, that makes a lot of sense for me, at least, because I'm imagining this isn't like I don't think Mars is the kind of place that like indefinitely, like, people don't get life sentences on Mars. Like, people, they get like just executed or whatever. Like, and so, are these left in the, oh yeah, we already dealt with this. So I'm imagining this jail, if there's a jail on Mars, it's mostly for people who are like, you know, they like they do some sort of minor crime, but then they get put in jail for 6 months, you know, as opposed to doing a major crime and getting put in jail for 20 years. This is like, this is a place for people who like need to learn a lesson, you know, as opposed to people who actually commit like a real crime. Am I going to give $2 a building? If he wants a building, you can have a building. Sure. Yeah, unpaid labor. That sounds like a great thing for the prison to be doing. Yeah, they're a waste of oxygen if they do a big crime. I like that, Steger. That's great. So, you know, if someone does like a little crime, they're not putting them in like a maximum security kind of place. They're not like, you know, it's more, this is more just, I don't know. You guys get what I'm saying. The punishments are very harsh on Mars. So this is for people who really shouldn't even be in jail at all, but they're on Mars, so. So basically I'm just trying to, oh man, super weird. So it looks like I have one little node that's connected, like this, that. Let's try moving this back up. Nope, that's the wrong thing. Where's this one little guy? You'd love a building. Okay, $2. You can have a building. I wish I could zoom out a little bit more, but there's just like a massive spoiler right in the middle of the city. Why don't we give you this building right here, $2. At 220 tower. Yeah, well, you'll probably have to build your own as well. I think that's got to be in the works. Okay, we were messing with the most minuscule little points over here. Is what we were last doing. Ugh, come on. How am I going to find the one point that's the bottom of this thing? It could be any of these. Right? It could be anything. Maybe, no. Like, what if I do this? Like, that goes into the building, right? This is, so, that goes into the building. This goes into the building. This is all, and then these get moved in. Yeah, I feel like this could work. So then this is what gets shown, just that one little bit right there. Let's try it. If this works, I'm not about to do this because this would be the most boring live stream ever made. If I just went and now spent the next 2 hours placing these little things. Oh my god, what's going on? Delete that. Placing these little things over all of these windows, you know? Like, I have been doing things that tedious in this project, but I definitely am not about to do that. Okay, so this is short, but you see what I mean? How we just got rid of most of those pieces and now it like kind of works. So it needs to be more like that. And then let's actually just scale it wider so that this is kind of one size fits all, you know? So we can do another one there. Another one there. The background music is creepy. Yes, we're back to Sister Parish here. This is, she made this specifically for Mars. This song. So, you know, you get the idea. We can just imagine that there's these bars on every single window. But like that's gonna make it look a little bit more like a jail, hopefully. It's kind of like maybe all these should be moved out just a bit so that there's a little bit of depth to it. Sorry, I'm just trying. I don't want to place all these right now, but I do want to get the look right. You know what I mean? Like if we gave it like this so that they're all too low now. Of course they are. Move to, and the H button does nothing for some reason. Who knows why? It's a mystery of life. Ba, 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 ba. Is that too far from the window now? Probably. Right? Or is that okay? It's fine. It's good enough. So we're gonna, from here on out, imagine that that's over all the windows. I'll do that off camera because that sounds terrible. Let me just like look at how many there are. I don't even want to think about that. Yikes. That's something like a robot should do. There shouldn't be people having to do anything that tedious in 2020. Just make a robot do that. City Skylines work for me. Okay, so let's do a similar thing here. And use this fence again. Make kind of like a jail yard. Mr. Mason, what's up, man? Oh my goodness. I'm starstruck. How's it going? Boy. You make the best assets. And you're, I have to say, Mr. Mason, your Colossal Order, whatever it's called, the thing where they came and interviewed you, is by far my favorite one. I'm sorry to everyone else who had one of those done, but you just seem like such a nice person who likes trees and likes, and I feel like you like, I really like what you said about how like going out and taking pictures of nature is playing City Skylines for you. I like sort of relate to that in like a different way, but man, that was a great one. So I'm thinking like a really big, no, it's too big. You know, something like this. I think we're a little thick here. That stuff sticking out the bottom now. Gotta make this thinner. Yeah, there we go. And maybe not have this guy sticking out the side either. Something like that. Yeah, you know, all of those $2, yours was also great. All of them are really good, to be honest. Like, I really like that. Whoever makes those, I'm sure you two know who makes them, but whoever makes those does a really good job. I really enjoy those. Every time they come out, I watch the whole thing. It's really nice seeing people's faces, connecting faces to the names, you know? I didn't see your comment. I've been meaning to make Martian trees for surviving Mars. Yes. Gotta get some trees on this. In Mars here. I have been using a few of yours. The jacaranda is yours, right? I've been using that a lot. Love that one. That almost fits perfectly. Almost. So you know what I'm saying? Sort of like a jail yard up here. This one looks like it's going to fit perfectly too. Almost. Ah, so close. So close. Just make them a little bit wider. See, $2. Doesn't this look like Parkitect what I'm doing? Just like moving the things around, the directions. Isn't that Parkitect? You can do that? I feel like you'd be so good at PO. Move to, that's what I want. I'm pretty sure those jacarandas was like one of the first things I thought of for the upper area. I even wrote it into the description of this series that I placed in every in the comments or in the description of every episode. I can go crazy with the Martian trees. All by imagination can really make things up. Yeah, that'd be tight, man. You got it. It'd be fun, sounds like. This needs to be just a bit wider. I love this Peking Union Medical College wall I'm using here. To go around the edge. It's such a good asset. It's like one of the very few non-terrain conforming walls. Needs to be more of those. But making networks is not fun, I have to say. You know, Mr. Mason, there is something else I wanted to talk to you about, actually. So maybe hit me up on Discord after this, if you don't mind. So I have some thoughts about something. Something you might find fun, maybe. How's everyone's weekend? Yeah, good question. Personally, my weekend has been pretty relaxed. Not much to say. It's funny, like, you know, like my parents keep calling and like people are like calling, like asking, like, and want to like catch up or whatever because I haven't seen anyone in like 3 months or however long it's been. There's nothing to talk about. Like, no one's been doing anything. Like, it's so boring these days. No one wants to hear about me playing City Skylines. No one that I'm friends with. I don't care what movies they've been watching. You know? It's the most boring time of my life. I mean, it's nice playing cities, obviously, but it's been great. But man, is there nothing to talk about. Maybe some of you guys still have work, but not me. Be nice if this whole thing ended. So this is also pretty tedious. This is going to be a lot of tedious iron fence stuff in this build. Seems like shaping up to be. Man, shouldn't have suggested that prison, whoever that was. Just got me placing down at 10,000 fences. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Let's get another one. Just go all the way to the corner here. Oops, did not mean to do that. Have to hold control. Make sure you get that all the way. Let's steal this one because this guy's actually facing the right direction. It's annoying how you can't do the perfect 45-degree rotate when you're using the generate tool. Yes, this is. It didn't start off as a to catch up on what kind of build this is. Joe Bryant commented, "Yes, this is a prison. We didn't start as a prison, but that's what it's shaped up into, and I like that idea. As you can tell, I started off by just placing down a bunch of buildings, but put these. If we put these over all the windows." I think this could be a prison. Okay. These guys are a little bit sunken into the floor, aren't they? It is the intro music. Should be more like that, right? Oh, no, that guy's blocked off. Can't win them all, can you? Paul Andre Leduc. You're the one who said prison. It was to be funny. Well, I liked it anyways. Yeah, if there's gonna be a place to if there's gonna be a place to have a prison, this is it. You guys, for a split second there, saw some major spoilers. Gotta be careful. Okay, we still have these terrible hedges. I think we need some sort of like entrance thing covering this up. I think that might be the last thing to do for this stream because we're coming up on 2 hours. We have a good doorway, maybe? A good building, the doorway? Probably not. What do we got for doors? Just the one door. There's some other doors here. Maybe this door would be cool. Lumoys, you know, these doors, I haven't been using them quite as much as I would hope. You know why? It's because they have no thickness to them. And so it's hard to use them, I've since realized. Like this door, sorry, my dog in the background. This door is much more versatile because it's like kind of thick. Just a thought. Me and Lumoys are working on some, we're working, and now it's complete, on some very, very cool assets that I think you all are going to really like. I think it's going to be the most popular Mars asset yet. Maybe not, but I could see it being. Pretty cool thing that's getting built. So this will be kind of short, and it needs to cover the hedges, obviously. No question about it. And we need to probably line up with that line on the left there. Something like that. Nope, that's the exact height as the other one. Should go down to the next one like that, right? So hard to, because you want it to line up. You want this line to line up with the door, but then this line over here doesn't line up, you know? It's like never works out the way you want it to. But I think that's probably cool. And then so this guy, we'll do it at an angle. Something like that. Good to see me on Twitter. Yeah, Skib forced me to join. I'm not really a Twitter person. I've never had Twitter in my whole entire life until just now. But it is really cool seeing how many City Skylines people there are on Twitter. I don't mean to blow the whole secret up, but everyone's on there. Okay, something like that. Alright guys, I think that's a good stopping point. Covered everything up that we needed to. We got the idea in, got the buildings in place. Next time I do a live stream, I think rather than going for like building something from scratch like this, it might be cool to find something that's sort of more in this state and then do a lot more detailing. It might be more fun to watch, to be honest. I don't know, maybe not, but move the path, please. Yeah, I'll move the path. The path will be moved. Don't worry about it. The path will go around. It's fine for now. We'll get to that. Well, today was a fun day of City Skylines. It's a lot of the $2 stream. If you haven't watched the new Mars episode, episode 8, I would go check that out. I feel like Twitter and Insta are the main platforms outside of YouTube. I think Reddit, man. There's a lot of people posting on Reddit. Oh yeah, they're shookin'. Reddit is too. I agree. Mr. Mason, it was a pleasure having you here. We should chat after this. Thank you all for watching today. This has been great fun. It's still even light out. Look at that. I thought I would be going until it was nighttime, but I guess it's getting lighter. I mean, darker later and later these days. All right, guys, take it easy. I'll see you in the next one. Hope to do this a little bit sooner than last time. See you all in the next episode, I think, or if I do it in a live stream. So see you all soon. Thank you everyone for watching. Bye guys.